Hi, and welcome back to Magic ASMR. If you're new here, please like and subscribe. I know I've been away for a while, and that is because I was on holiday in the Czech Republic. And while I was there, I stumbled across a marvelous place called the Speculum ALCHEMY in Prague. The guide specifically expressed permission of filming and taking pictures of anything inside, just, FYI. So this is an alchemy's museum, which was accidentally discovered in 2002 after a flood. It was excavated by chance after the street in front of the house collapsed. It turns out that the laboratory was an intersection of 3 escape tunnels, one to the old town hall, one to the Prague castle, and one to the Republic Square. It was also called the Alchemist's Laboratory of Rudolf II. Without alchemy, science as we know it would probably not exist. Alchemy originated from metallurgy, which was combined with chemistry. Alchemists knew how to make metals and alloys of metals such as gold, silver, copper, mercury, lead, bronze, brass, or zinc. Because of its hermetic nature, alchemy was demonized by the clergy. Even today, alchemy is ridiculed and viewed as anti-scientific, and alchemists described as old fools, conmen, or charlatans. The Prague court of the Emperor Rudolf II and its support of scientific and artistic disciplines still excites our imagination and attracts the interest of the general public, historians, writers, and investigators of mysterious phenomena. This well-known patron of science and arts managed to transform Prague into an important center of scientific and artistic events in a short time, and gathered not only famous scientists but also artists and alchemists. However, we can only speculate about the result of their experiments. What you will see next is the first room of the museum, which features a huge bookshelf, a fireplace, 2 stunning women's gowns, a desk, a fireplace, and the 4 elements, which are air, fire, water, and earth, nicely painted on the 4 walls, all pointing to the chandelier in the middle of the room. You may wonder whose faces are on the chandelier. That face belongs to Moses, the prophet from the Bible, who here serves as the mediator between heaven and earth. The fact that he has horns was caused by mistranslation of the Bible Vulgate in the 4th century AD by Saint Jerome. The chandelier served as a focus for the energy generated by the 4 elements, which was then channeled through the center of the symbol and sent down to the alchemy furnace. The positive energy was transferred directly into the elixirs through the golden thorns and strengthened their effects. Since the time of the ancient Greeks, philosophers believed that the matter consisted of 4 natural elements: water, air, fire, and earth, or, as they are depicted on the walls, aqua, aer, ignis, and terra. This theory was propagated by Aristotle. Moreover, he added the so-called ether as the 5th element, which made up the region of the universe beyond Earth. In the 16th century, the front part of the house was used as a herbal pharmacy with the study room and apartment in the back. The bookshelf in the study room allowed alchemists to enter in the workshop. And you may wonder how. At one point, I was filming the bookshelf and I stopped for a couple of seconds and I focused on a statue made of wood that is on the bookshelf. That statue actually opens a secret door. After running a sophisticated mechanism, the secret entrance to the laboratory opened. Next, we go into the tunnels underneath the study room. The first stop is the distillation laboratory. The heavily protected secret of this lab was the production of the elixir of eternal youth, which was distilled in this furnace. It can only be made with a secret recipe that precisely says the steps and conditions of its making, including the constellations of the stars, air pressure, and many other factors, which must be adhered to perfectly not just during the distillation, but also during the preparation of the ingredients. The access to these rooms is blocked to preserve them. You can only watch from the doorstep. You can see that people visiting the museum have been tossing coins onto the floor. Next, we have the transmutation laboratory. The alchemist's notes also tell us that the furnace in this room was used for transmutation, which is the first stage of 4 in the creation of the Philosopher's Stone. The transmutation process was made under strict conditions and calculations and was supposed to turn metals into liquid. Then we head over to the drying room for herbs. This room was used as a storeroom for potion ingredients and as a drying room for herbs. Alchemists believed that the human body was directly influenced by the celestial bodies. Thus, they followed astrological and biodynamic factors in order to make the most effective elixirs. The last chamber that is open to the public is the glass melting furnace. It was used for making various flasks and glassware used by alchemists. They often manufactured their own flasks. As fuel, alchemists mostly used wood or charcoal. Next, you will see the shop and some of the elixirs that are on the shelves to buy. They are handmade, and the bottles are also hand painted, and they have various shapes and alchemical symbols. These are still being made by some nearby monks following the old recipes. The first one that you will see would be the elixir of eternal youth. The main herb that they used in this elixir was milk thistle. Its effect on liver functionality was widely known, and when mixed with other herbs and mild alcohol, it helped harmonize and detoxify the organism. Another important ingredient that was added into this elixir was opium. It was one of the narcotics that was powerful enough to relieve pain. The alchemists made this elixir especially for Emperor Rudolf II, who, just as many other wealthy and powerful men, wanted to be young and to live forever. Whilst the modern version no longer contains opium, it still combines 77 different herbs. On the bookshelf, there is a very old bottle that actually shows the elixir of youth that they found in a vault that was sealed by the alchemists. It is said to contain the actual immortality elixir. They only display the bottle right now on their bookshelf for obvious reasons, and you can see it in one of the pictures that is encased in some sort of golden frame that has glass on all the sides. The second elixir that you'll see in the video would be the drinkable gold elixir. Gold has been used for therapeutic purposes for centuries. Alchemists included it into the medicinal concoctions and called it the elixir of life and treated various illnesses with it. This is the one that I eventually purchased because it was the smallest one and I could take it with me into my cabin bag on the plane. I will show it to you in one of my next videos. The next one that you will see in the video is the elixir of memory. Alchemists had to remember a lot, and for this reason they invented the potion within this laboratory, which was supposed to support their thinking and sharpen their memory. They had to remember not only the sacred processes of making the elixir, but also the symbols to encode the recipes. Alchemists in Prague have rediscovered the medicinal powers of the jingo and added it to the elixir of memory and named it Memos. The last one that you will see in the video is the elixir of love. It is based on sweet red wine, and it was meant for couples who wanted to spend eternity together. The main ingredient in this elixir is Tribulus terrestris, a plant native to India, which is mentioned in the ancient scrolls of Kama Sutra. I highly encourage you to go visit this museum if you find yourself in Prague someday. I loved it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.